Hey guys, my name is Ellen and my video today will be about what not to say to bisexual people. Like most of these, well basically all of them, applies to not just bi girls like me, because I am bisexual, but they also apply to bisexual men. So the first one is everyone experiments. Yeah, that's true, but my sexuality isn't an experiment. It's very annoying when people just assume that I'm just doing it to have some fun or whatever, because I can assure you I'm not. The second one is that bisexual people are more likely to cheat, which I fucking hate this one, okay? Because I just hate cheaters in general. I would never cheat on my partner. I just think that's a dog move. But yeah, I hate this one. Bisexual people are not more likely to cheat than straight people. Yeah. Third one is the third one is when people come up to you and say, "Oh, so you're a slut." I'm not. I'm really not. I can assure that. Like, I mean, I don't really do that sort of thing. I mean, sex isn't really a thing that's on my mind all the time. It's not a thing that I'm invested in or whatever. The fourth one is, aren't pansexuality and bisexuality the same thing? Now, they're not, but I can get how people can confuse the two. The pansexuality is sexual attraction regardless of sex or gender, but bisexuality is attraction to two genders or the two sexes. For me, it's I'm sexually attracted to the two genders, so to the two sexes, regardless of gender. But there are people who don't care about their biological sex and are attracted to male and female, as in the gender. But yeah, it depends on who you ask. The fifth one is, oh, you're just confused. You don't know what you're doing. I hate that because, again, I know what I'm doing. But it's just very annoying when people assume that because I'm young. Well, I figured out that I was bisexual when I was in year 8, so I was 13 going on 14. And yeah, that is a bit young, but I knew. Like, I did my research and I'm like, yeah, that fits me. I'm comfortable with calling myself bisexual. The sixth one is, you need to pick a side. You either need to be straight or gay. I hate this so much because I hate this because it's like invalidating my sexuality, and it's invalidating a lot of other sexualities that are similar to bisexuality, like pansexual. But just don't say that to people. It's rude. It's just rude and inconsiderate. The seventh one is, oh, you're just too scared to come out as gay. You're still in the closet. And while that is that is true for a lot of people, because people generally come out as bisexual first and then gay when they're too scared to come out as gay, which I get that, but that doesn't mean that every person who says that they're bisexual is a closeted gay person. It's just, again, rude to say and insinuate. The eighth one, which is probably the one that I hate the most, is that bi people spread STDs. Like, I've heard people say that during the AIDS epidemic that bisexuals were the reason why it spread so quickly, which it's not. Straight people are just as likely to get an STD than just as bisexual people. Although men who do have sex with other men are more susceptible to it, but they just need to practice safe sex. But that's just really rude, again, because it's basically saying, oh, bisexual people are sluts, you know? But that is one that I hate the most. 9th one is, how do you know if you're bisexual if you've never been with a girl? Or how do you know you're or if you're a man, how do you know you're bisexual if you've never been with a man? Well, this is usually straight people who say this. How do you know you're straight if you've never been with the same sex? Like, how do you know? You might try it, you might like it, you might be gay. So, that's all I have to say about that one. Being LGBT is becoming a trend. I also hate this one because it's not. It's just people are being more educated on different sexualities and genders, and people are more accepting now. Like, there's still a lot of discrimination, like homophobia and racism and all that, but people today are much more accepting today, which is good than what they were like 20 years ago. You're just trying to get attention. I'm not. I'm really not. I don't like that sort of... I don't like attention. I'm fine with videos, clearly. But I hate stuff like public speaking and bringing attention to myself in public. And I'm not trying to bring attention to myself by coming out as bisexual. That's just, again, rude to insinuate. Next one is when girls say, oh, I'm so sick of men, I wish I could date girls. Okay, first of all, you can if you want. And second of all, being bisexual isn't a choice. It's not something that, like, you just wake up and be like, oh, yeah, I'll be bisexual. Like, you can be a straight person and sleep with the same sex and not be bisexual. You could be pansexual, or you could just be experimenting again. The 13th one is, so you're half gay and half straight. Now, like, I do joke about that, but I only joke about it with me and another bi friend. That's the only person I joke about it to. I don't post things like that. I don't say that sort of stuff to other bisexual people. There are people like that who are okay with those jokes, but maybe don't say those jokes if you aren't bi or pansexual. Also, like, a lot of people who aren't gay but are LGBT make jokes about how gay they are. And there are gay people who get annoyed by that, but what I have to say to them is, if you don't like people making jokes about how gay they are when they're not gay but they're not straight, then stop using the word gay as an umbrella term, because you only hear of gay rights, gay marriage, you know, like anti-gay and all that. You never hear of bisexual rights, pansexual marriage, you know. And basically the umbrella term for discrimination against LGBT is homophobia. So it is used as an umbrella term, but, like, I understand if they get annoyed by it, but if you don't like it, just stop using gay as an umbrella term. The next one is when people find out that I'm bi, or if that someone else is bi, especially if this usually only happens if this person is straight. They say, oh, don't hit on me. Like, I'm not gonna hit on you. Like, I don't try and pick up people anyway. I don't like flirting. I'm not confident enough for that. I don't really care for that. But not every bisexual person is confident in that sort of way. So just stop assuming that. It's also, like, a really quick way to say, oh, I'm homophobic. Yeah. The next one is, so you're straight when you're with a boy, but you're gay when you're with a girl. This is really annoying because, again, it's invalidating my sexuality. It's bisexual erasure, it's biphobia. It's just a really unnecessary comment to make, and it's just all around rude. Just don't say it. Again, if you're bisexual or pansexual or whatever, or one of those sexualities where you are open to dating men and women, like the biological sex, I mean, I'm fine with those people making those jokes to me, but again, not everyone is okay with that sort of joke. Like, I don't go out and say to bisexual people that I've already met, that I've only just met, and say, oh, you're gay when you're with a girl. Like, those sort of jokes. I don't make it with new people. I make it within my own sort of little group who I know are okay with those sort of jokes. And I don't go posting it online or anything like that. 16 is, oh, you're so lucky to have straight privilege. Yes, I can pass as straight, and like when I'm in a hetero relationship, and I'm still grateful that I have that, because it means that I'm not really, when I'm in that relationship and I'm with that person out in public and all that, there's no risk of being abused or called out for it, and I am grateful for that. But it's still very annoying when people say that to me, or when people say that in general. The next one is, oh, so there's still a chance of kids. First of all, I don't want kids. They're gross, they're unnecessary, they're loud, and I think people need to stop having so many kids. But I'm not gonna go abuse people for having kids. That's their choice. But it's just a really rude sort of thing to say. So when you say to people, oh, so there's still a chance of having kids, it's like, having kids isn't the most important thing in the world. Like, yes, to some people it is. Like, the one thing that they want is to have kids and all that, but to me it's not. To me, having kids is, like, it isn't the most important thing in the world. It's more like, it's a very unimportant thing for me. Like, the most important thing for me now is like getting a job and being able to save money and survive when I move out. But maybe I will change my mind. Also, that's a very annoying thing to say when you say to women, oh, you'll change your mind when you're older. That's rude. Just stop it. Number 18 is, oh, bisexuality doesn't exist. You're just greedy. It does, because there are thousands of people who identify as bisexual. Also, there have been studies that suggest if every bisexual person came out, that straight people would no longer be the majority. Now, I don't know if that's true, but it was an interesting study to read. I think that was just within America, though. A lot of the statistics are within America. We need more studies worldwide and all that. Like, but yeah, bisexuality is real. Like, there are thousands of people who identify as bisexual. There are heaps of celebrities that you don't know of. And that leads into the next one that says bi-erasure isn't real. Bi-erasure is real. There have been so many people who have been called gay, like gay icons, when they're actually bisexual. The most obvious one would be Freddie Mercury, because everyone says, oh, yeah, he's gay, when he was actually bisexual. He was also Indian. I can't remember what region he was from, but he was, what ethnic group he was from, but he was Indian, and he also was bisexual. And that's what bi-erasure is. Like, when someone's clearly bisexual, but people get rid of that identity and basically say, oh, they're straight or they're gay. Or like when they say bi-erasure is when people say, oh, bisexuality doesn't exist, or another one would be, oh, bisexuality and pansexuality are the same thing. That would be pan-erasure as well, because it's invalidating both sexualities. Just all around, don't say that it doesn't exist. Don't just do your research before you say that a person is gay, like a celebrity, because like Freddie Mercury, they could be bisexual, and it is important that there are gay people for gay celebrities that younger homosexual kids can look up to and all that, but there still needs to be bisexual celebrities and asexual celebrities and all that, even just characters that other LGBT youth can look up to. But yeah, well that's it. That's all I have for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Yeah, sorry I haven't uploaded in like 5 months. I only just got a new camera. But yeah, and I do have some other videos that I've yet to start filming. But I've gotten the chance now for a while. I'm going to be able to film and edit and all that uninterrupted. But other than that, thanks for watching my video. Hope you like the video. And I'll see you next time.